This is the ultimate guide on how to scale your business with YouTube Organic. Most business owners create random content with no real strategy behind it, which brings them absolutely no results and wastes them a bunch of time and money. Or they rely on inconsistent acquisition channels like referrals, outreach, or even paid ads. And in this video, I'm going to break down the exact YouTube system you can literally copy and paste into your business and start booking 10 to 30 qualified sales calls every single month, completely organic with YouTube. We have used this exact system for my client George Clements, and we've generated him over $55,000 directly from YouTube Organic within just 60 days of running this system. So if you're tired of spending money on ads that do not convert, or sending thousands of cold DMs, or relying on inconsistent referrals to sign clients, then watch this video, because by the end you will be able to replicate this entire system for your business and assign an extra 5 to 10 clients every single month. So let's get into it. Now let's begin. Why YouTube? Why am I explaining YouTube? Why am I not explaining Instagram or TikTok or paid ads? There are 3 core advantages on YouTube that makes it the best platform to actually sign clients organically. First of all, deep educational content that builds massive trust and credibility. Unlike Instagram, where it's just 60-second reels, or LinkedIn or X, you're just posting literally like quite literally 3 sentences or something on X or LinkedIn. You can truly educate viewers here. And the more content depth, the more trust, and the more conversions. It's really simple. Now, the more you go deeply into the topic and the more you explain, the more you give your insights, people are more likely to trust you and more likely to buy from you. Okay. Now, the second advantage, which is basically search intent versus entertainment. People come to YouTube specifically to be educated, not entertained. Unlike Instagram, TikTok, X, people going there like X, they want to watch the news probably. On Instagram, they're just going there to scroll or see something entertaining. On YouTube specifically, when someone goes there to search for their problem, they're going there to be educated, already have their gut drop down, everything. They're going there to be educated, they're going to listen to you. Now, you can optimize on YouTube for search intent, not recommendation or views. So you can actually target people who need solution for the exact problem you solve through, dominating some sort of specific keywords in your niche, which I'm going to talk about in this video. You can target people who actively search for solutions to their problems. This is the most important one here. And monetization while you build. This is not really important, but just like to put it here. People pays you to create content, ad revenue, and best platform for B2B and high ticket offers. Now, obviously, this is not the main thing. You're not here to make money from ad revenue, of course, which is also what I'm not going to teach you. But the ad revenue is a big thing here, because you can literally pay your team from the ad revenue. Like you can pay your editors, thumbnailers from the ad revenue you're going to make. And since you're in a B2B niche, I guess, you're probably going to attract a lot of business owners, and business owners have high purchasing power, which means that you're going to make more ad revenue than average. Okay. And when you make more ad revenue than average, you can scale your business better and more profitably. Okay. The ad revenue metric. Now, I heard Alex Ramosi talking about this, and honestly, it's actually kind of really smart. The ad revenue metric, value per view, ad revenue divided by total views. Now, what does this metric even mean? And I'm not telling you to go track it or do anything, because most of you are not going to even have their channel monetized. But this is something, if one of you have his channel monetized, this is something you really need to look into and see how much value per view you have, which is basically ad revenue divided by total views. And the higher this revenue is, this means you have high purchasing power viewers, which means you're attracting business owners, which is probably your ICP, higher quality people who have high purchase power. Now, this shows you're attracting traffic from first world countries, and you can also check it from multiple metrics. And the better VPV, which is value per view, means the better qualified leads you get, basically. So I'm not telling you need to track this metric, but this is something that indicates you're actually attracting the type of people you want. Okay. Now, the mindset here you need to understand, which is you are a business owner, you're not a content creator. You're only doing YouTube just for cash. You're not doing it for views. You're not doing it for likes, engagement, none of that. Okay. None of these ego vanity metrics. You're only here to make money. So the metric here to judge is how much money did your channel or content generate, not how many views, not how many likes, not how many comments, not people complimenting you, none of that. Okay. You're not looking at that. You're only looking at money generated. That's it. Okay. If you only look at it from this lens, which is basically how much money did I make from my channel, you're going to be far more profitable than the guy looking at it from like a views perspective. How many views did I get? How many likes? Did people like this video or not? Listen, Your ideal customer is not gonna like your video. They're not gonna comment. They're just gonna watch the video, learn, and just fuck off. That's all they do. And I'm telling you this from experience working with people in the B2B niche. Like my client George Clements, I can see it on the back end from his channel, like the YouTube studio. We literally closed over $55,000 in like added revenue, and literally his videos do not even get past 700 views on average, and likes are not that much. There isn't a lot of engagement on the channel, but we made money. That's all that matters, because we know our ICP, which is basically agency owners, they are only going to watch the content to get the value, and that's it. They're either going to buy or get the value. That's it. They're not going to write a comment. They're not going to like or dislike the video. They're either going to save it to watch later. They're either going to book a call or just watch the video until the end. And this is our ICP. Any other metrics, we don't give a fuck about. And this is something you need to keep really in mind when you're making. You need to have some sort of a document, or you need to have a good idea in your mind on your ICP behavior when they see a video. Because this is going to save you a ton of headache. Your ICP may not be engaging with the video, so you need a good understanding of this. But generally, your ICP is not engaging with content. Like your best, most ideal client, they're just getting the value and saving the videos for later and maybe booking a call with you, and that's it. That's their behavior. You need to understand their behavior so you can actually look at the metric and optimize for the right things. Now, a general rule of thumb here, which is the audience you attract will want more of what attracted them. It's really important, because if you understand this rule, you're going to avoid a big trap that is going to happen to you, which is basically you're going to post content that does not attract your ICP, and you're going to make a bit of an audience. And this audience is going to require more content of what attracted them in the first place. So for example, if you start posting lifestyle content, you're going to attract broke kids. Broke kids don't give a fuck about value. They only give a fuck about more lifestyle, more dopamine, which is basically is going to be an endless trap of just producing more lifestyle, more lifestyle, more lifestyle. And when you produce more lifestyle, they're not going to buy from you because they're broke. That's first thing. Second thing, they don't give a shit. They're only daydreamers. They're not going to buy things, okay? And when you do that, you're just losing money and time on creating this content that doesn't do anything. The issue here, you're thinking you're building an audience, but in reality, when you start selling something, this audience is just going to sell you out, bro. And it's just going to be so painful to see, because they're just going to call you a scammer. Like the other gurus, you're just one of them. So for the love of God, do not create lifestyle content or a content that doesn't attract your ICP, okay? This is why most creators fail or burn out. They chase the wrong audience. This is really important. For an agency owner, not create this. This is absolutely useless. This entire thing, not even think about it. You only want to create content that helps your ICP. Your ICP might be an e-com brand owner or, any other ICP. You need to really stay away from lifestyle content as much as you can, especially if you are in the B2B space. Now, if you're selling something low ticket, okay, cool. Go ahead and make the lifestyle content. If you're selling, for example, let's say fitness program, which is basically $100. I mean, you can make vlogs, your vlog in the gym. You can make your lifestyle video, what you eat in your day, spend a whole day with me, type of videos. You can make it because you're attracting extremely broad audience, which anyone would be interested in. So go ahead and make it. But for something specific like B2B, you shouldn't be looking at this content. And most of you are not even attracting that broad of an audience you're thinking or attracting. Like, for example, some of you may be selling, for example, a mentorship or high-ticket sales mentorship, and you're creating lifestyle content. Why the fuck are you creating lifestyle content? Your ICP is not that general. You're only attracting high-ticket closers who are already making money and want to, sharpen their skill, or guys who want to start high-ticket sales who already have money. Either way, they don't give a fuck about lifestyle content. So you shouldn't make it anyway, okay? It's really specific, guys, and just stay away from lifestyle content, because most of you are not going to even be able to create good lifestyle content that people watch. That's the first thing. And second thing, people don't give a shit and they're not going to buy from you. Stay away from lifestyle content. The trap here is you chase views thinking more views equals more money. This is another trap, another big mistake people make. So business owners start chasing views thinking it's the metric and thinking views is going to bring money. When in reality, it's not true. Views don't equal money. This is just a fact. So you post this stupid content, you get shitloads of views. Shitloads of views are broke kids at the end, and you just waste a bunch of time and money. So you shouldn't do it. Now, quick heads up, if you want to scale your business with YouTube Organic, but you don't have time to create all this content yourself, we can handle this entire system completely done for you. We handle everything, ideation, scripting, editing, SEO, and thumbnails. And the only thing you have to do is to record the content for 2 to 4 hours every single month. So if you're ready to scale your business with YouTube Organic, you can click the first link in the description and book a call now. And for now, let's get back to the video. So how to actually avoid this entire thing, you need to define your ICP. That's the first step. The first step in creating a successful YouTube channel that scales your business, that adds money to your business, you need to define your ICP, ideal customer profile, okay? So your ideal customer consists of multiple things: demographics, psychographics, and traits, okay? Demographics, gender, education, age, location, and what business they run, etc. Okay, this is all demographics. Psychographics are basically motives, fears, pain points, personal values, and traits, okay? Now we can get these through multiple things. You can maybe have it intuitively because you have, dealt with like so many people in your niche that you already know how they act. So you need to dive it out. Or maybe you can analyze your sales calls. You can just transcribe all your sales calls and just put them in a file and tell GPT to analyze it and tell you, like, give you a profile of your, your ideal customer profile. And it's going to give you a detailed guide on how to actually attract your ICP. So these are 2 ways you can do it, but you need to define it. There's something, you need to define it, because trust me, if you do the AI way, you're going to find really good insights. By the way, use Claude, do not use GPT. Claude, like, GPT is just so shit. Use Claude. Claude is just going to give you way better analysis. Like, I used it for my client and we literally made like 20 pages document on our ICP, which is absolutely crazy. I'm not going to send you all the prompts and everything, but you can test it out for yourself. It's just absolutely insane. Now, you might have multiple ICP personas, so you must identify all of them. Like, as I said, like with the high ticket sales niche example, you may have, multiple personas for your ICP, which is basically, high ticket closer who's already on offer and wanted to sharpen his skill, or a guy who just want to start high ticket sales, or someone who's already into sales but doesn't know where to start. All this cool stuff, multiple personas, and you need to identify all of them. And the thing here is you want to find the common pain points and target it in all of your videos, because some people just say, oh, create a video for this persona and a video for this persona, a video for this persona. I quite disagree, because if we're going to do that, it's just going to be an endless cycle of creating content for every single persona. It's just not going to end, okay? And you're not going to really get anyone to buy from you because you're trying to appeal to everyone. So just pick your most favorite one, create content to it, and also mention the pain points of all of them. You get what I mean? So for example, here, ecom brand owners who never tried Facebook ads before, ecom brand owners who tried Facebook ads and never got any results, ecom brand owners who are actively using Facebook ads as their main revenue stream, ecom brand owners who are using Facebook ads but not as their main revenue stream. These are different personas. So what can you do with it? Well, you need to identify the common pain points. What is the common pain point? They want to scale their brand, and then you target that. Or what's your most favorite persona of them? Maybe it's the third one, which is basically the one that's already convinced of Facebook ads and they're already using it as their main revenue stream, but they just want someone to handle it for them. So you target this one most of the time. And you shouldn't really create content for any of these personas. The personas you hate, you shouldn't really mind. You can make videos for them, but you shouldn't really focus on them. You get what I mean? Now, the core metric here when it comes to your YouTube channel, which is viewer satisfaction. How satisfied are your viewers with each video? This is really important. Now, again, this metric doesn't mean likes, comments, engagement, none of that. It means how much money did you generate, because quite frankly, if you didn't generate any money from content, that means your ICP satisfaction with your videos are pretty low. They don't like your content. Your content is shit. You're not providing enough info. You will only know that viewers are satisfied with your content when they hop on a sales call and tell you, hey bro, I just pinned your content, I like your personality, blah, blah, blah. I decided to buy from you. That's when you know your viewers are satisfied with their content. And this is exactly what happened with my client, George Clements. Literally all the clients he get on the sales call, they literally say, we watch all your content, bro. Wanted to do business with you. Let's see if we are fit. Like, they sell themselves to the guy. The guy doesn't do anything. He just sit there. He understands their business and just send the invoice, collect the money. That's it. So it's quite crazy. Now, your ecosystem hierarchy, entire channel should be optimized for revenue, and each video optimized for viewer satisfaction. Okay? Don't mix both. This is really important. And now the second step, your content must speak your ICP. Common sense. Common sense is not a common practice, but your content must speak to your ICP. Your YouTube strategy should solve your ICP problems, not chase clicks, ideas, entertainment, or general value. I feel like I've repeated myself too many times here. I feel like I've already explained that point so much. You should already understand it. So now let's move on to the second thing, which is the 100 value test. Okay, basically, before publishing any video, would my ICP watch this video and be satisfied? You should really ask these 3 questions. Would my ICP watch this video and be satisfied? Would they pay $100 to watch this? And could this video be a part of a paid course? If the answer is no, add more value or make the video better. Okay, before you publish any video, literally ask these questions and be honest with it, or show it to someone you know and ask them these 3 questions. Could this video be a part of a paid course? Like, can you literally make a $3,000 course and put this video in it and people are gonna like their purchase? If not, then you shouldn't really make the video, honestly, or you shouldn't even post it. Would this video be worth $100 at least? If yes, then go ahead and do it. Would your ICP watch this video and be satisfied? If yes, then go ahead and post it. Okay, so this is really the $100 test I use on every single video before I post it. Now, the buyer's journey on YouTube. This is really important. And now this is the last thing we're going to explain in this foundations, and then we're going to get into the cool stuff. So the buyer's journey on YouTube, which is basically, I think 5 phases. Okay, yeah. So the first phase, which is basically problem discovery. Prospects encounter a specific business challenge and turns to YouTube for solutions, not entertainment. They type specific questions or problem into the search bar. An e-com brand owner doesn't know how to scale their e-com brand is going to search how to scale an e-com brand with a specific channel. And this channel is obviously, for example, like Facebook ads or email marketing, which is basically maybe your agency offers that. So you should definitely make videos on that. They type specific questions or problems in the search bar. For example, e-com brand owner searches how to scale an e-com brand with Facebook ads or Google ads, whatever. Okay. The solution research. They find your video while searching for answers. If you demonstrate deep expertise or quickly solve their problem, they instantly see you as possible credibility. If you demonstrate deep expertise or quickly solve their problem, they instantly see you as credible authority. They begin associating you with competence in this area. Okay, this is the second phase. Then the third, which is implementation attempt, sometimes skipped. They think this looks doable, I'll try it myself, and they attempt to implement your methodology, which is basically the do-it-yourself mentality. And instead of fighting it, you must embrace it. People who try and fail become your best leads. So they basically watch your content after they encounter a problem, and they try to implement the thing themselves. Okay, and they fail. Most likely they will fail. And when they fail, they just appreciate the info. Like, they know, okay, your shit, like, stuff, your thing, but I can't do it. And they failed, which is why they're gonna literally get a reality check, which is the next phase, and buy from you. And even if they implement the thing and get results, who are they gonna associate these results with? Of course, you. Like, this is something I see a lot of agency owners and business owners scared of. Am I giving away too much in my content? Hell no. Because it doesn't matter if you give away too much in your content. It doesn't matter, really. Because especially if you're selling something like a done for you or a done with you, you don't really give a shit about information. It's all about the implementation and the energy there. Okay? You're not really selling the info here. You're only selling the implementation. If a done for you offer and done with you offer, you're selling the guidance, which is not provided in the content. So this is the gap. Now, reality check, they counter the complexity and the expertise required. They realize the number of moving pieces and the time investment and the level and the skill level needed. The gap between knowing how and doing it well becomes painfully clear. This is the reality check. Then they move to the last phase, which is the purchase decision. They contact you, and at this point, they already have consumed your content, understand your methodology, trust your expertise, and have self-selected as a qualified buyer. Sales calls from YouTube typically close at 50% compared to 30% from cold traffic. Honestly, sometimes even higher than 50%. Sometimes it even reaches 70. Sometimes it even reaches 70%, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, the close rate from YouTube is absolutely insane. Now, this is all theory. This is all the foundation, but it's absolutely important. And if you have watched this foundations, you're actually ready to move on. If you didn't watch the foundations, you are not ready to move on with the content because you're not going to be able to create any good content. Trust me on that. So, second phase, which is the content creation. How to actually create content. Let's begin. So, step 1, which is the funnel strategy. We have 3 types of content, okay? First one, which is broad how-to content, how-to, tutorials, guides, etc. This attracts the biggest amount of cold traffic. Okay. Educational, which is 30% of strategy. This is industry news, updates, concepts, objection-based content, etc. This nurtures the traffic, warms them up before the call, so they are familiar with you, your service, your tone, personality, etc. This is really robotic. Like you're just providing how to do this, this, and that. Okay. Here you're just like, you're just maybe like a tier list video rating certain things in your niche. You're giving your insight. This more, this more personal content, but still giving away value. Okay. And last one, which is social proof content, is case study breakdowns and client interviews. This builds massive trust and credibility and positions you as an expert in your field. These like convert the most. Like if you just post these two, yeah, you're gonna get calls booked. But trust me, if you post this, you're just gonna get way more calls booked. Like it's the 80-20 rule here. You know the 80-20 rule? Like I can tell you, like 80% of the calls will come from these. 20% are just going to come from these. But these are so important to get the traffic that's required for these to convert. Because if you only post these, you're not going to convert because people are not getting value out of you. Okay. Now the funnel strategy, you post, as I said, broad how to, and then, educational, nurture, and then from educational to social proof, convert. As you can see, you close your clients here. It's really important. Now your goal with your videos that each video should lead viewers down the funnel. As you can see, this is your ideal customer, and now you're dragging them down the funnel. You're attracting them with this content, pre-sell them with this content, and then convert them with this content. Okay. Now the content distribution, if like 10 videos in total, 5 top of funnel, 3 middle funnel, and 2 bottom funnel. Expectation: if you lack social proof, go 50-50 with top and middle funnel. Some of you may have just started their agency, and this channel is not for you, obviously. But if you just started your agency or offer, whatever, go 50-50 split. Especially if you still don't have any cool case studies or social proof, just go 50-50. And remember, lower funnel, lower views, which is normal. Like if you post a case study video and it doesn't get like, only gets like 200 views when your average is like 700, that's absolutely fine because they're not supposed to get views. They're supposed to convert. Okay. In general, you'll need 4 to 10 8 videos every single month, once or twice a week. Pick whatever fits your style. Some clients want 8 videos a month, some want 4, some want even 2. I don't really recommend 2. Just stick to 4 to 8. This is just the sweet spot to get the maximum result out of YouTube. Now the summary: top of funnel content, middle funnel content, and bottom funnel 50%, 30%, 20%. This attracts the widest net. Niche down to preferred persona and build trust and connection. And this is pretty much for the funnel strategy. Now we go into the ideation, which is really important. Content ideation and problem identification. This is really cool. Now the foundation: problems over everything. Your content must solve problems your ICP is actively searching for. As we said here, your content must serve your market, not your ego. You're not optimizing for ideas, value, entertainment, clicks, or views. You're not optimizing for any of that. You're only optimizing for problems. Problems your ICP is searching for or actively suffering from. Now, how to actually find problems to solve in your videos. You have multiple methods, which I'm going to cover. The first one, which is cross-niche ideation. Find a high-performing YouTube channel outside your niche and in similar niches to yours. For example, if you're an e-com ads agency, then look at the email marketing, or look at the ads for B2B, etc. You find these channels: Iman Gaji, Alex Ramosi, Daniel Fazzi, whatever, and pick one of their high-performing videos. And then you copy the title, as you can see, and head over to GBT, and then paste in this prompt, okay? And change the title, put the title here, okay? Then it's going to give you a universal template, as you can see, okay? And then take this universal template and spin it for your niche, okay? So, for example, laziest way to achieve desired outcome in time frame, impressive result. This can be, you can spin it for every single fucking niche on earth. Like I guarantee you, there's no niche you cannot spin this up for. Okay. So this is the best way to actually like ideate in B2B, and which I always recommend if you're, selling anything high ticket in B2B, because you don't want to really copy people in B2B. They're extremely competitive. So you need to be aware of that. So yeah, this is just my favorite way to do. This is just my favorite way for ideation B2B. Now, service/product based ideation. You start with your main problem and branch down. Okay. The main problem: help e-com brands reach X revenue in Y time frame. How do you do it? Well, Facebook ads. Okay. How do you do it with Facebook ads? Well, I do UGC content. I script the ads. I have a media buyer who does all this shit. What goes under UGC? Okay. We hire the creators and we train the creators and we, make them aligned with a brand. And then for the ad scripting, we script the hooks, the headlines, and we make the body copies. For the media buying, well, my media buyer makes the campaigns, and he implements the Andromeda update strategies. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And he does like some sort of testing strategies. Okay. You explain that shit. Now make a video on each one of these. Okay. As you can see, headlines, how to write, headlines that get clicks. Ad copies, how to write meta ad copy like an expert. UGC scripts, how to script a 6-figure UGC ads, etc., etc. Branch down, like, at least, I'll say 5 times like this, 2 more. And under each one of these, like go, for example, I don't know, 5 to 10 times. And you're going to end up with like 50 ideas minimum. If you're absolutely brain dead and can't think of anything, and I can't really branch down, then just pause the video and take a screenshot of this. Okay, you can use it, spin it for any niche. Now, sales-based ideation. For this method to work, you need at least 5 to 15 sales calls recorded. You're gonna use Tactic to transcribe all of these calls, or Fireflies, whatever you want to use, and then you're just gonna put all the transcription in the file, and then head over to GPT and tell it to analyze the sales transcription, give you the most common objections. Again, use Claude for this, just way better. And then these objections are your video ideas, basically. And these objections are basically your video ideas. The video topic is basically why not being on YouTube costing you more than you think. Or I don't think it's the right time. Why you must be on YouTube in 2026 or 2025, whatever. As you can see. So, you're gonna take these objections, turn it into video ideas. Now, we go into problem validation, which is really important, guys. If you don't validate the problem, you're gonna risk making a video that no one really gives a fuck about. So you want to search that problem on YouTube. So for example, if you're gonna make a video on how to script an ad, you want to go on YouTube and search that. And if you find old videos with high views, then skip this problem. Do not make it, because these videos have already solved the problem, and that's why they have high views. New videos with outlier views, this is a hot topic and you must act fast. Like for example, the Andromeda update. When that thing was really released, all the videos were new and like was 4x outlier, 5x, 6x outlier. Now you should have acted fast and made that video. No recent coverage. This is an opportunity to dominate. So if nobody's making a video about it, you should definitely give it a shot and make it, because they're going to be the first person to talk about this. So how to actually make good titles and thumbnails. This the third step, which is title and thumbnail mastery. Now, the title and thumbnail work together to give context and build expectations around the video. If they fail to build the right expectations around the video, viewer satisfaction will decrease, which will limit the video's performance. This is basically known as clickbait. What is clickbait? Clickbait is basically false expectations built by the title and the thumbnail. Okay? Which basically the video fail to fulfill on these, expectations, okay, or meet them. So this is really important. Now, the title principle, it must build curiosity without being vague, gives context on the video, and is scannable, not just readable, and includes outcome/promise. Also should include here, shouldn't be more than 14 words. For example, bad title like this, fuck it, nobody's talking about this, 3.5K a month side hustle for 2026. This is a really bad title. This one is a way better title. Free high-ticket sales training for 2026 from a 10 million closer. There's an outcome here, which you're going to learn sales. This is a complete free course. Here, it's really vague. Like, this is really vague. It doesn't give any context. It doesn't give any outcome. It's not even, like, scannable. You cannot really read it smoothly like this title. Also, the thumbnail doesn't even help with the title. So, this is extremely bad packaging, which is why it didn't perform, as you can see. This, it's so clear. It gives an outcome, it gives context, builds expectations, and which is why it performs so well. Now, how to write the titles? You have really 2 ways, which is basically stealing from your competitors or templates, like the ones I just shared here, and these ones. You can basically steal from competitors, search your topic on YouTube, find top performing videos, and identify title patterns. Steal them and use them for your videos. No need to reinvent the wheel here. It's really simple. Titles shouldn't be really complicated. Just look at other people, look what they are doing, spin something up, and just, iterate a bit, and you're gonna be good, okay? Now, thumbnail guidelines. You should only use 3 to 5 words on your thumbnail. Include your face and make it bright, and it should work with your title. And it should work with the title. Do not repeat it. This is really important. A good thumbnail here is one here, as you can see. This is really 2 words. Like, it's only 2 words, really, and explains the video. Like, I can't really remember what was the title of this video, but I think it was "This ad strategy is boring, but makes my agency I think $150,000 a month. This thumbnail does not repeat the title, as you can see. It works with the title and really explains everything. This, I think, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words. You know, really on the higher end, but this thumbnail didn't perform well because it was a little bit darker. You know, it did blend in, and you can't really scan this thumbnail. You have to pause and see what's going on. Like if I had to remake this thumbnail, I'll just put Daniel Fazio in the middle. You got Daniel here, and I'll have a graph going down, a red graph, and probably some sort of something here with like revenue, and then just going down. This would be way better, and I'll just add here drop shit clients or something. You know, that would have performed way better than this thumbnail. Now, the easy thumbnail method, which is basically steal viral styles from competitors, adapt to your brand, and focus on visual clarity. This is really important. The last one is the most important one. Focus on clarity. The thumbnail must be clear and builds expectations with the title. This is really important. Now, the scripting system, which is the most important thing here. If the idea is the most important thing, then the scripting is the second most important part of it. Not the title, not the thumbnail, not the editing, none of that. Okay? So, we have 3-part structure. Your video, we have 3 parts: the hook, body, and outro. Okay, hook is basically the hook, first part of the video. Body is basically the value you provide, and the outro is basically the outro. Like, explainable, right? How to script that? Easy. Let's start with the hook. The hook has 4 main objectives: capture attention, builds trust and credibility, present what the video is about, and makes a promise. Now, why is that? Because when people click on your video through years of the YouTube evolution, I would say, people have developed these 3 or 4 main objections when they click on a video, okay? The first objection, which is, did I click on the right video? And the answer is, you reset their expectations by restating what the video is about. I'm going to give you a template for this. And the second objection, why should I listen to you? And you answer this by presenting proof immediately, big numbers, client results, whatever. And the third objection, what will I learn? And the answer to this, explain the content. I will show you the exact system for outcome. And the fourth objection, which is, what will I gain? And the answer to this is, you should promise an outcome, and by the end, you will know how to do a specific result. A hook template is, a lot of ICP struggle with problem, and that's why they can't desire the outcome. And then you display credibility, like whatever client results you've generated. And then in this video, I'm going to show you the exact system to outcome, explain what you're going to show in the video, and by the end you will know how to specific promise. Pretty easy. You can literally copy it for all of your videos and it's going to perform. It's a timeless template. You can literally use it right now. Now, the CTA, I will begin by the CTA because it's really important. CTA is basically what's the next step. And you have 2 main CTA types. The first one, which is primary, and secondary. The primary one, which is a revenue CTA, you direct sell, basically book a call, submit an application, buy software, buy a course, whatever. The secondary, which is an ecosystem CTA, you basically send them to a different video depending on what they might be interested in. Okay, and why the secondary CTA even matters? Because if they watched your video and didn't buy it, this means there's a trust issue there, and the solution to this trust issue is basically more content. Okay, it's basically more content. So you basically send them to another video to build more trust, and the loop continues. This CTA, the secondary CTA and the primary CTA, goes into the body and in the outro, as you can see, which is why I explained it before. So for the body, you want to write bullet points of the topic to cover, speak naturally from these points, not scripted word for word, and use Miro or Gamma to explain your point, like what I'm doing here, and let your editor clean up the footage, okay? And then, really important, which is why I explained the CTAs, you must include a natural, soft, and quick CTA in the first half. Okay? Example, if you're an agency owner making, $25,000 plus per month, click the first link in the description. I'll personally guide you through benefit. For now, let's get back to the video. It's just an example. Now, the outro, how to structure your outro, you have 3 parts of your outro. The first one, which is the transition. Okay, now I understand the system behind my $150,000 a month agency. Understanding the system and implementing it are 2 different things, and that's what separates agency owners who scale from the ones that stay stuck. That's exactly what I help you with in my offer. And then you pitch your offer, pitch it with conviction and confidence, and then you present your secondary CTA. If you want to learn exactly how I relate the topic, click the video on the screen right now where I break everything down step by step. Okay, it's really templates, You can copy and paste for your videos. It's gonna work for you. Now, as you can see, we just transformed this stupid, basic, structure into this, optimized structure where we have a revenue CTA in the first half and then a revenue CTA and an ecosystem CTA. This maximizes conversion as no one watches the video until the end. Now, recording system. What gear do you need and what software and how to actually record the videos and the SEO. We have a lot to cover, guys. Now, the recording system, what type of gear do you need? Basically, you need an iPhone. Okay, iPhone is just the best. I'm using iPhone 16 Pro. You can buy the latest iPhone or any phone, really. It doesn't matter, but iPhone is just the best. Or you can buy a camera, the one I recommended, which is Sony, which is this Sony shit. I'm not going to read it. This is just the one I recommend. It's really cool. Also, you need a microphone. Shure is are the best. Computer or a laptop and a softbox. That's all you fucking need. I'm using a softbox. I have all this gear I'm talking about, and you should definitely invest into them. This entire setup is just gonna cost, like, the iPhone is the most expensive one, obviously, and the camera. Like this camera, I think it was like $600, $700. The iPhone I think is like $1,000. So with the Shure mic, it's like $600, and softbox is like probably $100. So this entire setup is like probably $1,500 or something. So if you can't really afford this, then you shouldn't really look into YouTube anyway. Now, the software you need: OPS, Google Drive, Miro, and Gamma. Okay, OPS for the recording, Google Drive for the footage and thumbnails, all this cool stuff. Miro is or Gamma is to explain your shit on. Now, how to set up this: you connect your mic to your computer. Then open OBS and set it to record. Okay, you record the screen if needed and the audio, and then place your softbox or a light source around 0.5 meters to 2 meters away from you at a 45-degree angle. Okay, and place it toward your face. If you don't have a ring light or a softbox, just record in the morning close to a window. And then place your phone and enable the grid and make sure your eyes rest on the top horizontal line. What do I mean by this? When you enable the grid and you put your phone in landscape mode, you're going to enable the grid and it's going to look something like this, as you can see. You want to make sure your eyes are on this line, as you can see. It's just the most optimal way to set up your camera, okay? Just make sure, just going to look the best, okay? Just make sure your eyes are there. Now, you start recording on your phone and OPS and start clapping with your hands. This is really important because it's going to help the editor sync the footage with the audio, okay? Then the recording flow. Do not record linear. This is just shit, absolutely inefficient. You want to record the hook, outro, and mid-video CTA all in one go. The first thing you record, and then record the body with Miro, and then just explain naturally. Do not use word-for-word script, and then upload everything to Google Drive, okay? Do not aim for perfection. Make mistakes, rumble, stutter, and just get each sentence right once, okay? Editor will clean everything up. A lot of you are just scared of making mistakes, rumbling, stuttering, appearing stupid. Who gives a shit, bro? Your editor is going to clean everything up. So just make as many mistakes as you can. Just get the sentence, right once, and that's it, and forget about it. Now, what should your schedule look like if you want to post one video a week? On Monday, you identify one problem or one topic and write one title. And on Tuesday, you script the video and prepare all the resources like, the Miro board, the Gamma presentation, whatever, and write the SEO description the way I'm about to show you. And then on Wednesday, you record and assign the tasks to your team members. And then on Thursday, you post. Now, if your team members are absolutely, trash and slow fuckers, you're going to have to post on Friday or even Saturday or Sunday. My team gets it done in a day, so you shouldn't really worry about this if you're going to work with me. Now, the schedule here for 2 videos a week, you identify 2 problems or 2 topics and you write 2 titles. You script 2 videos, prepare resources and Miro boards for 2 videos, and you write 2 descriptions. On Wednesday, you record 2 videos and assign the video and thumbnails for the 2 videos, basically. And then you just, once it's done, the first video is done, you post it on Friday or Thursday. And then, again, if you're lazy and you don't want to do shit on Sunday or Saturday, you just post it on Monday. Or if that, you can just post it on Sunday. Okay. Now, the SEO description framework, this is, not the most important thing on earth. You can absolutely skip this if you want to. But YouTube, we used to work on keyword stuffing and clickbait. That era is over. We're not 2016. I see a lot of guys just talking about SEO and all the tags and stuff as if it's like the most important thing when it comes to YouTube. And these guys don't even understand shit. They're not even making money from YouTube, bro. If some guy reaches out to you and tells you about the tags or the keywords in your description, you shouldn't absolutely hire him because he doesn't even understand the thing. YouTube now evaluates a combination of everything: the thumbnail, the title, watch time, session duration, descriptions, tags, and the words spoken in the video transcript. And this is, by the way, is way more important than the keywords, okay? The most important factor here is the idea itself and the supply and demand behind it. This is the most important thing. So you can absolutely ditch SEO if you want to and just focus on this. Focus on this entire operation instead of wasting your time picking the perfect tags for your video. But if you still want to waste your time, you can do this, okay? So first thing, the keyword strategy. Target search-based keywords as the foundation. This is the easiest way to create an evergreen channel that compounds. The strategy here is to optimize for search, and the home feed will follow naturally. Now, the SEO optimization checklist with the exact search terms in the title includes slight keyword variations across the video titles. Take keywords naturally in the video. Description should include keywords, and Google owns YouTube. So ranking on YouTube means ranking on Google. Now, the framework for the description, how you should do it, is basically the first line should be a CTA. Okay, this is the first line. The second line, basically follow you on Instagram, or buy your course. Secondary CTA, basically can be anything. Watch my course, get my free training, whatever. But the first CTA must be a revenue one, must be the most important CTA you only give a fuck about. Second one, which is secondary, okay? Now, for the next few lines, you should explain what the video is about and include as many keywords as you can. Then the last couple of lines are basically timestamps, okay? As you can see in the video, you can literally check my description. You're going to find the template. I don't really need to explain, but I have to because a lot of people ask about this, which is absolutely not even important. You shouldn't even give a shit about SEO, really. All the people who are making videos about SEO don't even understand the YouTube game. And that's it. So you can absolutely ditch SEO. I'm even annoyed I put that here. Absolutely against it. Do not even waste your time on it. I regret explaining it, but just focus on these 3 steps. If you really focus on these, you don't need no fucking SEO shit, okay? Now, monetization, how to monetize this content. The first one, which is value positioning. Before you get into monetizing your content, you need to understand how to position the value and your offer in your content. If you sell a down for your offer, then you almost always want to give away all the info without any gatekeeping because you're selling the implementation without the time and effort sacrifice on your prospect end. Explains itself. If you sell a consultation mentorship, then you can gatekeep a small bit, 3 to 5%, and bridge this gap with the fact that the info they found in the video is not enough and they need someone's guidance to be able to execute on this info. And if you sell a course or an info product, then you need to gatekeep more, around 5 to 10%, still low, and bridge this gap with the fact that your content does give away all the info, which is why they should buy your course. This is basically how to position the value in your content, depending on what you sell. Now, step 2 for monetization, which is the free course strategy. It's basically a 60 to 90 minute single video that functions as a complete in-depth course on your topic, posted publicly and for free on your channel. Think of it as your ultimate piece of content that does 2 jobs at once. First of all, attract new followers or viewers and convert them into buyers. Power funnel, okay? Why is it so powerful? For every hour someone watches your content, they're likely to spend $1,000 with you. A 60 to 90 minute video equals massive purchase intent from anyone who finishes the video. And also every high ticket client conversion traces back to that video. When you should create it, you must create the free course once you have proof of concept on what works in your industry. Usually after your first 10 to 20 videos, and you should absolutely close at least 3 to 5 clients from YouTube before you create this video. That's just the sweet spot, because if you create it earlier without proof of concept, you risk wasting your time on a video that will not convert. Okay, this is really important. As you can see, these are just examples of how this course looks like. Now, these are just on the shorter side, as you can see, but you should aim for like 60 to 90 minutes. Okay, now the framework, really simple. I see a lot of people overcomplicating it into like 8 or 9 steps, when in reality it's just way simpler than this. There's a bit of a hack none of these guys actually speak about, which I'm going to speak about here. Now, the first part, which is the hook, 1 to 2 minutes max. All the people say the hook should be 5 minutes here. I don't know why the hook should be 5 minutes. Like, this is really stupid. So you just need to emphasize why they should listen to you through social proof, okay? The second part, which is the opportunity, introduce your mechanism, why it matters, and why other solutions fail. And the third part, which is system breakdown, you just go right away and explain the system, okay? Explain the entire system, what is it, and why it matters, and how to do it. And then give them a reality check, acknowledge it's not easy, and talk about how much effort and time it takes. And the last part, which is, the outro CTA, use the value positioning we just talked about here. Now, the hack I'm talking about, which is using 2 mid-video CTAs. If you're going really for the longer side, like 60 to 90 minutes, you should absolutely use two CTAs, 2-minute video CTAs, one in the first half and another in the second half. This maximizes conversion because when they hear your offer 2 times, and really people just save this video for later or not watch it fully, so you're just capturing the most attention. We did this for George, and we actually added 2 CTAs and it really works so well. Like, we got a lot of calls booked from this course. I think around maybe 5 calls, I think, from the course, like within the first couple of weeks of launching it. So it was really, really lit. So it was really, really cool seeing that. Now, bonus strategies and insights, and we're going to end the video here. The first strategy, I'm going to skip this one because I already explained it. So first strategy, which is organic plus paid. Organic YouTube doesn't replace any other channels. I know all the YouTube gurus are telling you, oh, YouTube's better than paid, blah, blah, blah. This is not true. None of them are better than the other. Paid traffic or paid ads give you shitloads of exposure, and it's really, really in your control. But organic cannot be replaced, and paid ads cannot be replaced as well. So don't mix that up. YouTube Organic does not replace other channels. It supercharges them. Okay, when people see your ad and they research you, if they found hours of valuable content, they convert. If they find nothing, they ignore your ad. CPAs drop across all channels once YouTube is dialed in. You can't really replace any of them, just do both. And then you have the second strategy, which is niche then expand strategy. Now, the biggest 7 mistakes I always see, which I'm going to explain, and we're going to end off the video here, which you should absolutely avoid, which is the first one, trying to appeal to everyone. Generic content does not connect. If you say how businesses grow, that means basically nothing. Get hyper specific about who you help and what outcome you deliver, and confused prospects do not even buy. The second mistake, which is holding back your best content. Never be the person who makes a video promising value and then delivering nothing. If someone watches 20 minutes and learns nothing, they will never buy from you. Give away 95% plus of your methodology. Weak call to actions. Don't just say subscribe. Be precise. Click the first link in the description if you want specific outcome. Tell them exactly what is it and exactly where to go. Fourth mistake, which is basically optimizing for views instead of leads. Instead of, lifestyle content, I just bought a G-Wagon for, $500,000. Make a video specific how I used cold email to sign 100 clients a month. One gets views and the other gets clients. Again, chasing vanity metrics. Stop celebrating viral views that make 0 money. A 300 new video that books 3 calls is infinitely more valuable than a 300,000 view videos that books 0 calls. And inconsistency. It's really important. I don't have to explain it. And waiting for perfection. Again, really common sense. Your first video will not be perfect. It's going to be shit. And that's absolutely fine. Your expertise matter more than your camera quality. Film on your phone if you have to. Just start. Just fucking start with the content. Do not wait anymore. And now we understand the entire YouTube system and how you can actually implement it for your business, and what are the different types of videos you should create, and how to script these videos and how to package them. But obviously, you're a business owner, you're not a content creator. You cannot afford to spend 20 hours on content every single week, which is exactly what we do at Lunark Media. We will help you with the entire content creation process, from ideation, scripting, editing, thumbnails, and SEO. And the only thing you have to do is to record the videos for 2 to 4 hours every single month. So if you're ready to scale your business with YouTube Organic, click the first link in the description and book a call now. We guarantee 10 to 30 qualified sales calls every single month within 90 days, or you don't pay us a cent. So if that sounds interesting, click the first link in the description and book a call, and I'll catch you in the next one.